Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Dr. Ali Zaini, and we are going to have right now the Arabic class. And the topic of today is how to classify nouns based on gender and count. Okay. And to demonstrate this, we're going to do homework number 5 together. Okay. And okay. So waladun. Okay. You go to Google Translator. Okay. You find that walad is boy. So you copy walad and you go to Google Translator. And so here's Arabic. So that's boy. Walad is boy. Walad is boy. Okay. So I go here and I say boy. That one in particular, we don't need this table, which is table rule 250. We don't need this table for a boy because boy, it's only one, the only possibility is 1M. So there is no other possibilities other than 1M. And make it superscript. See how I arrange the windows? You need to do that. You should do that when you do the homework. So you have the rule and you have the homework open on one screen. If you have two screens, then you can put the rules or the grammar book on the one screen and the homework on another screen. So 1M and make it superscript like that. Okay. Muhammad, we know it's a noun, it's a name. So we put 1M like that. Saliha is righteous and we put 1F. Why 1F? Because it ends with ta marbuta. So we go back to the table. We go to the table. And that's too small. We go to the table and look. Something, a noun that ends with ta marbuta, there is only one possibility. This possibility is ends with female ta marbuta, and it is 1F. So this is the only possibility, is 1F. Saida, if you go to Google Translator, it's happy, okay? And happy and ends with ta marbuta, then it is going to be one F, because ta marbuta is one F. Okay, and you make it a superscript. زارع doesn't end with female ta, doesn't end with alif ta, doesn't end with alif noon, doesn't end with ya noon, doesn't end with waw noon. So it's this one here. Okay, so it doesn't end. It doesn't end with. It doesn't end with any of those letters. Therefore, it is either one M or irregular. It's either one M or irregular, plural. Okay, it's either or. So how do I know which one? How do I know which one it is? I copy this. I go to Google Translator. I paste it. Planter, planter. Okay. Also, farmer would work also. Planter or farmer. Okay, so that's planter, not planters. Okay, not planters. It's planter, so which is one. But if I make it plural like this, so it, I mean, it translates into growers, but here there's an S, which is plural. Okay, so it's singular. So it's singular. So farmer, farmer, and it's one M. Okay, this one ends with ta, ya, noon. Ta, ya, noon. So which one ends with ta, ya, noon? It's here. This case here ends with ta, ya, noon. So it's female 2F. It's 2F. So farmers 2F. Farmers 2F. متكلم. I know from Google Translator that it is talker. Talker, or actually speaker is a better translation. Speaker. Speaker. Okay. Now I want to see what classification it is. It doesn't end with, okay. Does it end with female ta, which is ta al-marbuta? No. Does it end with alif ta? No. Does it end with alif noon? No. Does it end with ya noon? No. Does it end with waw noon? No. Therefore, it's one M. Okay. Therefore, it's either one M or irregular plural. Either or. So when I go to Google Translator, okay, and I put the word, okay, and it's going to tell me that it's singular. So it's one M. One M. Okay. زارعين ends with ya noon. So which one ends with ya noon here? This case here is end with ya noon, therefore it's 2m. So farmer 2m. And you will notice that the difference between farmer 2m and farmer 2f is that this ends with ya noon only, and this one ends with ta ya noon. With ta ya noon. Okay? Naim, sleeper. From Google Translator, we get the translation to be sleeper. And doesn't end with alif noon? Does it end with ta at-ta'nith? No. Does it end with alif ta? No. Does it end with alif noon? No. Ends with ya noon? No. Ends with waw noon? No. Therefore, it's 1m or irregular plural. Okay? It's 1m or irregular plural. To figure out which is which, I go to Google Translator. I put the word right there, and it will translate it into 1m, one sleeper. So it's going to, Google Translator is going to give you sleeper, not sleepers. Okay? So sleeper, 1m. Sharib, drinker, drinker. Drinker. Okay? Does it end with alif noon? Does it end with female ta? No. Alif ta? No. Alif noon? No. Ya noon? No. Waw noon? No. So it's either 1m or irregular plural. We go to Google Translator, it's going to give me that it is a singular, like this. Like I take this word like this, and I copy it and I paste it into Google Translator. This one ends with ta marbuta. Ends with ta marbuta. Ta marbuta is a female ta. So I go, here's the female ta. Here's the female ta. Okay, so it's 1f. Okay, so la'iba is player, and it's 1f. Talib. Google Translator is going to tell you that it is a student. So I go to Google Translator, it's going to tell me that it's a student. Okay? It's a student, one student, not students. So if I make it plural by adding waw noon, see, all these are possibilities. Okay? Student. Okay? All these are possibilities. So the one most appropriate is student. If you used any of those, fine. But the first choice probably is going to be the best. Student. So go back here, student, and it is 1m. Stop me if you have any questions. Shajara is tree. but it ends with ta marbuta, which is a female ta. So that's the only choice we have here. Okay, ends with ta marbuta. So it's 1F, 3, 1F. Bent, girl, and I don't need to check it. I mean, check anything. Girl is 1F right away. Just girl. So no need to do any further checking because this is the only possibility for a girl. Musalli, praying, praying, prayer. Prayer is musalli. Now we go here. Does it end with ta marbuta? No. Alif ta? No. Alif noon? No. Ya noon? No. Waw noon? No. Therefore, it's either 1M or irregular plural. Okay. See here, irregular plural, it says always same as singular nouns. Okay. So how do I figure out which one is which? Go to Google Translator, put musalli. It's going to tell you prayer, not prayers. So it's going to be 1M. Now, musalliya, musalliyatu, it is prayer, 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 and it's 1F. Why 1F? Because it ends with ta marbuta. Ends with ta marbuta. So it's 1F. Zari'aini ends with ya noon. So ends with ya noon. This is the possibility. This is the only possibility. Ending with ya noon here. Okay. So that's two male. Farmer, grower, or farmer, either one, has multiple translation. So pick whatever from the context of the sentence you can figure out uh, which translation is more accurate. But since we have just words here, then just pick whatever one that makes sense, or whatever one that you like, basically. So it ends with ya noon, growers, and it is here farmers. This is farmers, by the way, because it's plural. Okay. So go back here, growers, ending with ya noon, then it is 2M. 2M. Okay. Na'iman, sleepers, sleepers. Okay. And it ends with alif noon. So ends with alif noon, that's the only possibility. Okay, so the only possibility is 2M. زائرة. زائرة. Okay, is a visitor ending with تاء مربوطة, then it's 1F. نائمون ends with واو نون, so end with واو نون, so it's here. Okay, so it is 3 plus M because it's ending with واو نون. نائمات ending with ألف تاء, then it's here. This is the case when it's ending with ألف تاء. Here, طالباني ends with ألف نون. And this is the only possibility if it ends with ألف نون. The possibility is 2M. مدرستين ends with تاء ياء نون. تاء ياء نون, I have two possibilities. Okay, I have this possibility and I have this possibility. So which one it is? If it is, this is that we look at the tashkil, we look at the haraka, okay? And this one is fatha ya kasra. Fatha ya kasra. We look here, we find that fatha ya kasra, fatha ya kasra, okay, it's 2F. How about how about the 3 plus M, which is the second possibility? The second possibility, it is ya noon, and the noon has fatha on it. Ya noon, and the noon has fatha on it. See, ya noon, and the noon has fatha on it. So this one, the noon has kasra. The noon has kasra. So the noon has kasra, then it's this one here, 2F, because the noon has kasra. Okay? Okay. So the noon has kasra. So مدرستين, teachers, 2F. Again, pay attention. If it ends with ya noon, then it is possibility of 2F or 3 plus M. How do I figure it out? I look at the haraka on the, If the noon is kasra, then it's 2F. If the noon is fatha, then it's 3 plus M. Okay? So I look at the haraka. Here the haraka is kasra, then it is 2F. لاعبتان ends with ألف نون. لاعبتان ends with ألف نون. Okay? تاء ألف نون ends with تاء ألف نون. Because it ends with تاء ألف نون, its only possibility is here. Here. تاء ألف نون, the only possibility is this. So the only possibility of that alif noon is this here. So it's female ta, 2F. Bintani ends with ta alif noon. So the only possibility is 2F. Shajaratani ends with ta alif noon. So the only possibility is 2F. And then katibatani ends with ta alif noon. So the only possibility is 2F. Madrasatani ends with alif noon. So the only possibility is 2F. La'ibataini ends with ta ya noon. So it could be one of two. It could be actually ta ya noon. There's only one possibility, which is this. Okay, and we notice that the noon here has a kasra on it. So here, this noon has a kasra. Okay, so it's 2F. Baqaratun ends with alif ta. So the only possibility for alif ta is here, 3 plus F. Katibatun, writer, ends with ta marbuta. Then the only possibility is this, 1F. Shajarataini, it ends with ta ya noon, and the noon has kasra on it. So it is ta ya noon, the noon has kasra on it. Because this one, the noon has fatha on it. Okay? So the noon has kasra on it. Okay? So it is 2F. Baqaratun ends with ta marbuta, then this the only possibility is 1F. Katibatun ends with alif ta, so that's the only possibility. 3 plus F. Baytun, does it end with female ta? No. Alif ta? No. Alif noon? No. Ya noon? No. Waw noon? No. So it is either singular or irregular. Irregular plural. To figure it out, as we said, you take this word, you copy the word, go to Google Translator, you paste the word, it's a house. Okay? It's house. Not houses. It's just one house. If the word if the word is biyut, then it's houses. So the biyut is a regular plural because it is houses here. So Google Translator is going to give you either singular or plural. Okay? But Beit is one house. You can, these are alternative translations. House, home, residence, you know. So it's 1M. Al-Kitabu Okay. Al-kitabu is a book. And does it end with female ta? No. Alif ta? No. Alif noon? No. Ya noon? No. Waw noon? No. Therefore, it's either one M or a regular plural. We go to Google Translator. It translated as singular. Singular, it's one M. And so forth. And so forth. I'm just showing here in this example, I'm showing here only the last haraka because I want to make a point. If it is kasra, then it's 2M or 2M or 2F. 2M or 2F. Okay. How do I figure out if it has ta, ya, noon? Okay. But it doesn't have ta, ya, noon. Okay. So it is 2M. It is 2M. Okay. So it becomes 2M. Here, the word has fatha at the end. So this one is la'ibayni, has kasra at the end. This one is la'ibina, la'ibina. So la'ibayni, the noon has a kasra. La'ibina, the noon has a fatha. So because the noon has a fatha on it, then the only possibility is 3 plus M. So they spell the same and the harakat are similar. How can I tell? I look at the noon. If it has kasra, then it's 2M. If it has fatha, then it's 3 plus M. Pronounce this la'ibina, la'ibin, la'ibayni, la'ibayni, 2, or la'ibina, plural, male, regular male plural. Okay? Same thing here. If it is la'ibataini and la'ibina. We notice here that the attachment is ta, ya, noon. Ta, ya, noon. Here the attachment is ya, noon. Okay? Because the attachment is ta, ya, noon, okay? And the noon will have a kasra on it. Okay? The noon has kasra on it. Then it is 2M. Now, la'ibina, the noon will have a fatha on it. So that's 3 plus M. So this one, 2 plus F. I mean, not 2 plus, 2F. F because it has the ta. Here, there's no ta. Here, the attachment is ya, noon. And the attachment here is ya, noon. But here, there is a ta. So that's why it's 2F. And this one, okay, there's no ta. And so the only possibility is 3 plus M. Any questions?